Now to our other big story developing at 5. We're awaiting a press conference from Metro Police right now regarding a barricade situation that happened in the Southwest Valley, believed to be a suspect in a deadly shooting.
Yeah, the gunman shot and killed a man at a gas station, Robindale and Jones, in the Southwest Valley. We're going to listen in now as we are getting an update from Ray Spencer. Let's listen in.
This morning's press conference, we pushed out photographs of the suspect, and we received a tip immediately after this morning's press conference. Detectives worked all throughout the afternoon to validate the information that was provided to detectives. As a result, we obtained a search warrant for a residence directly behind me. Our SWAT team was in the process of executing that search warrant when that male, who is a 22-year-old male, walked out and was taken into custody without incident. At this point, we are in the process of executing the search warrant inside the residence, and he has been taken to Metro headquarters where he is being questioned. So with that, again, we are very thankful for the public's assistance. It is because of the public's assistance and outpouring that we were able to put this case, or solve this case, and arrest the suspect. I'll take a couple questions if you have them.
Any information on who that suspect is?
At this point, I don't have I'm not putting out the suspect's name. He is a male who's 22 years old, who lives at a residence directly behind me. Later this evening, we will, once he is formally booked at the Clark County Detention Center, his name will be made public.
Were you able to successfully negotiate and have some resolve on the situation?
The suspect's family was extremely cooperative in the course of this investigation. So with working with the suspect's family and information that was provided, that's how we were to take the suspect into custody without incident.
How many resources and how immediate was the response to Metro throughout the day?
Well, again, we've been working on this case all day. We've had surveillance up on this house for several hours. We were pretty confident immediately after the tip that came in this morning that we were looking at the right suspect. But again, just because we're provided a name, we had to do a lot more legwork to make sure that we in fact had the right suspect. And now, as a result of this arrest, we are confident we have the right person in custody.
Was it a family member that submitted that tip?
I'm not going to get into the specifics on who provided the tip.
A lot of people, I think neighbors over here, saw him after midnight with a gun pointing at houses. Do you have any idea of what he was doing?
Again, we'll get all those questions when we do the interviews with him and hopefully in speaking with family members and neighbors. At this point, we are just relieved that we have a very violent criminal who committed a horrendous act last night in custody, and it is a result of the public's assistance that we're able to make that arrest.
Can you just speak to, real quick, can you just speak to how, like, the situation with this violent individual, it could have went a completely different direction. It seems like it ended pretty peacefully considering, right?
Yeah, and that's the whole goal of all of our arrests, is to make sure that we can resolve the situation peacefully. You know, obviously when we bring SWAT resources, we also bring negotiators who are able to negotiate a surrender. But at this point, it didn't even get to that point. He was taken into custody very quickly.
What count is he expected to be booked under?
One count, obviously one count of open murder, and he'll face additional counts for the actions of firing at the people inside the convenience store.
How long did the negotiations for the barricade go on?
It was very brief. As soon as, you know, SWAT had made their arrival and started setting up to begin negotiations and make entry, that's when he came outside of the house. All right. Thank you, guys.
Again, that is Lieutenant Ray Spencer answering questions now about the search for a gunman who was involved in a deadly shooting at a convenience store. That suspect now in custody, as you heard there, without incident. That deadly shooting happening overnight near Jones and Robindale at a convenience store. We'll monitor that for you now.